So now we're going to show how to change the NOX and O2 cells of an HM5000. So here's the unit, and let's go right ahead.
Okay, so first you want to pry off from the base of the boot. Take the protective cover off. I've already removed some of the screws. You have 4 screws holding the cover on. Once the screws are out, the cover just lifts off. So we have the NOX cell and the O2 cell. So if we're changing the NOX, pull this out, disconnect the lower cable here, and it is in silkscreen right on the board. It'll say NOX and O2. So once that's done, you've got 2 lines hooked up to the NOX cell. So I disconnect the clear and then the smaller line. Okay, there's the NOX cell. For the O2, I lift this up and I just unscrew the O2. And if you want to test it, set your meter to millivolts, and you'll see you got the 2 wires coming off the cell. So just go and measure between those 2 points. You got 8.2 here, which is good. You're looking for...
So a good O2 cell, 8 millivolts?
Yeah, when they're less than 2 millivolts or less, you should be changing the oxygen sensor.
Okay.
If you've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 millivolts, then typically your oxygen sensor wouldn't be your problem.
Okay.
So, now if we're replacing, simple matter of just threading the new cell.
Is there a test for the NOX cell?
No.
So generally 1 to 2 years, and you need to replace it, right?
NOX cells usually last 12 to 18 months. O2 cells typically last 18 months to 2 years.
Okay.
Okay, so we've got manifold back in, the O2 threaded back in. I'm just going to connect it to the upper 3-pin connector that does say O2 on it. And then for the NOX cell, I'll just go ahead and reconnect my line. Okay, 2 lines. There's a little track in here that this fits into.
Okay, slide it into the track.
In. Then I'll plug this into the lower 4-pin connector.
All right, reconnect the electrical connection.
There it is. Now the thing that you might want to be careful about is that there's a little slot here for the NOX cable where it comes into the analyzer. So I feed this back into the slot, you know, the little track for the manifold. Squeeze the case together, and then I'll just move the wires into the slot.
Okay, so you make sure not to pinch those wires.
Don't want to clamp the wires.
All right, and then once you've got that in,
the wires are all down.
And
it's just a matter of putting the screws back in.
And the boot back on, and we're all set to go. Terrific.
That's it.
Terrific. Thank you very much.